Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to this episode. In this episode, I'm not going to be thinning down the binding. I'm actually going to be routing it right off because if you can't tell here, it's very thin here and it gets thicker and thicker as it goes along. And that's not because of the way I was thinning it down. That was fine. The front side's fine, but I'll redo the front too while I'm at it because it didn't quite glue as nice as I'd like it to. I could work with it and make it work, but I'd rather just redo it and do it well from the start. So what happened is, since the guitar is slightly wedged from the front to the back's wider than the front, which is fine. That's what I was planning on doing. The jig that I have doesn't work on angles well. So on this angle here for the lower bout and this angle here for the upper bout, it actually didn't cut in deep enough. So it's just not right. I've got this router base that my router fits onto, so I'm going to use this as a mount to mount the router onto the jig. I've got these two pieces of plywood here that are going to be the upright supports. I might need to put some sort of bracing in the back. So these here are going to hold up the router itself. So the slides are going to go up and down with a jig that I'm going to make that'll hold the router. Underneath in order to adjust the distance, so I'm going to make that next and get that mounted on. Okay, it's another day and I'm going to try to get the little ball bearing part that goes underneath all figured out. So here's what I've got so far. I have a ball bearing and I have a screw that does not quite fit through, but it's flush so that it's not going to be digging stuff up. A small washer that's just going to fit on the arm of it, the inner track, whatever it's called. So that's how I'm going to hold the ball bearing together. And I'm going to use this piece of wood, and I'm going to put the ball bearing on it with a screw through that, cut away that shape there more or less, and figure out some way to mount it underneath of this and to be able to adjust it forward and backwards. And yeah, complicated to get it going forward and backwards and to stick and whatever, but I'll figure something out. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I have a carriage bolt, and I'm thinking I'll put a handle on one end, and this little square section on here will hold it tight so that when I spin it, it's going to spin the whole bolt. I'll have this double nutted through a hole in a block of wood so that it's stuck, that it's not going to go forward or backwards itself, and I'll have it threaded into a hole that's smaller than the 3/8 bolt so that it gets threaded in this. Obviously those screws will have to get removed, but I put glue in this, so once that's dry, I'll be able to take the screws out and drill the hole. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this block of wood to the right size, because it is a little bit too big. Get a hole drilled in it, put this on it, and make a handle, so yeah. goes up and down. The follower bearing goes in and out. And yeah, so I guess that's enough for an episode. And thanks for watching. In the next episode, I'm going to put on the router and make the base that goes on it. I don't know if this piece of plywood's big enough, so I might change this out for something else. I have a plan. We'll see. So thank you for watching, and catch you next time.